Should be up and running, so let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for July 5th, 2019. SPY down 0.29% and Qs down 0.37. They were initially gapping a little bit more there. You can see on the way that they started gapping down. Coming into today, we were going to be bullish as long as we didn't break 188.66 on the Qs. And for the SPY, yeah, we had that bad tick, which is still not corrected, but we're at that pivot down there on the SPY. The support on the SPY is in this 295 area. We didn't break it. We came back in, retested in this area, and then you can see that spent most of the day rallying back up to the previous day's close. So nothing really to change here going into Monday. We have a hourly uptrend that's still intact here. Okay, we did get the gap down. We did get a little bit of follow through lower, but shouldn't have been surprised that the market got the nice rally. It did look bearish at the open, right? We were getting some follow through. But as soon as we were not able to follow through on a sell setup right in here, this should have told you that the selling was over. So we got, 10, 15 minutes worth of selling, and then we got the rally there. And it's kind of been doing that ever since. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here. Okay. We have been bullish on the long term. And here's the daily. Weekly, still in an uptrend. Monthly, still in an uptrend. So, we've been all out bullish all week because the daily put in this buy setup here. So I know there's going to be a lot of probably talk and continuation about the new highs that we got. But, I think knowing what you're looking for, knowing the setup really makes the difference between playing an entry, anticipating the new highs, and then chasing the new highs. Okay, so hopefully it's not a exercise in frustration for you, or maybe you're even expecting it short and seeing your shorts kind of struggle. That's why it's important to have a methodology, important to have a plan. I think most of you watching this already know that to be the case. And it's not that the methodology or the plan ensures that you're always right. It's just the difference between knowing how to react when you are wrong, or even how to take advantage when you are right. Okay, so so going into Monday, right, we're still going to be bullish. Our line in the sand is still going to be from the pivot low from a couple days ago. Okay, that 188.66. Okay, we did get some follow through here. Definitely want to watch today's low. If we break that, that'll be kind of our first sign. But we haven't gotten that much follow through yet from today's low. So at the earliest, that would be where you would shift to a neutral bias. Otherwise, I think if we break that, we're still into this support here to the left. Okay, and we'll see if we get more follow through the downside if that happens. But for now, right, we'll wait to see if this pivot holds. All right, pretty quiet day as far as individual plays. I only had one call and it did not trigger. Wanted to see if this OCUL wanted to give us follow through here. Okay, the OCUL was basing out right here. Okay, and I wanted to see it break over this base. You can see instead it resolved lower. I really like the daily on this, so it can be watched again for Monday. Look at the daily here, breaking over this resistance here. Getting into an area that it hasn't been in since last year. So, I like to see this retest continue higher. Just my setup didn't trigger. So that was a call and then it was canceled. Really nice play here to end the day from Sammy. They played the MAXR as a breakout over this. You can see kind of the similarities there in the daily. The MAXR getting over some resistance, getting into kind of new territory for this year with void above. Okay, so you can see the MAXR, nice daily there as well. A little bit more focus on the longs. Not that there weren't shorts that did work. There was some weakness in the biotech. I did pass on this DVAX, which did a nice 5-minute breakdown. Just gave it to the room as an idea. I was going to pass on it too because I didn't like the daily location, but here it is. It's actually trying to finish out here at the low. So I thought there were some okay ideas. Not a lot today. Just not a lot of ideas. And so, that's kind of to be expected. The day after a holiday, the day before the weekend. So I thought it was overall kind of quiet. It wasn't really a lot to push the button on. All right, so we did just close. We can see SPY 0.18, Qs 0.2. So it was a little bit bigger of a gap initially, but the market kind of rallied. Not surprising there. Coming into today with a bullish bias, sell-off should be viable. So we'll see if next week, if things change. Definitely as earnings season picks up in a couple weeks, we will kind of be less dependent on the market as far as picking our plays. Right now, I do feel like whether or not you get follow through is very much dependent on how well the market is moving. Okay, but I'm looking forward to when a couple weeks from now we'll get more things on their own page. So just expect that next week could be a little slow, just like this week. But if things show up, we'll definitely find them. All right, so I hope you had a nice 4th of July. I hope you have a good weekend. We'll be back at it next week. I was telling the room and also the coaching clients kind of next week will be the last week to kind of hammer out the issues in your process, anything you need to be ironed out in your trading plan. And then once, JPM, I think is the first Dow component. Once that report happens, we're going to be off and running, and you don't want to get left behind. Okay, so also next week is a very good time to start. If you're interested in the room, you like the methodology, you like the way in which we read charts, the way in which we call plays, then next week is a good week to try it out because it'll be slow. You can get your questions answered as you start to learn about the format of the trades. Then you can get that down before things start to pick up and there are a lot of trades being called. Okay, so there's a promotion being run right now. I think it's the best discount that we run all year, and it's perfect for someone who wants to see what it's all about and kind of get familiar with it. So check it out. There is a link in the description, all right, for trying it out for 30 days. Okay, and so if you start next week, you'll get a nice bulk of the earnings season. So you'll get kind of the most bang for your buck as far as number of trades starting next week. Okay, so check it out if you're interested. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we'll see what the market brings us on Monday. All right, have a good evening, everyone.